Hey. What's going on, people? It's your boy Maas Apeal. Back again for some more conversation. But before I get into nice conversation, 2023 just got a little bit weirder today. Donald Trump has been indicted. Not just indicted, but they indicted this man on 30 counts of business fraud. 30 counts. As well as being the first ex-president ever to be indicted. So he's got another first. And he's already started riling up his base. Pence is on here talking now, and he's talking about how Trump is now he's giving the rioters of January 6th. He's calling those people out with good things. So he's trying to rile up his base. He started his Make America Great Again campaign, and his cronies are crying foul again. It's funny. But with all this craziness going on, you need to watch the background news of what's going on, because this is stuff like this is always done to cover up something else that's going on in the background. So even though this is the forefront of the news, you should pay attention to what's going on in the background of the news. But now Pence is saying he's deciding if he's going to run for president. You couldn't make this up if it was scripted, which makes you think that it's scripted. But it's just really funny how you have a half of the Republican Party that's for Trump, and then you have another half that's basically made him the de facto leader of the Republican Party, which is crazy. This man isn't even in office. He isn't doing anything in any political fashion but talking crazy. But that's enough about Donald Trump. But I have something else that I really want to talk about, because you know it when it comes to technology, us as African Americans, we're always the last to find out about something. So one of my buddies told me about something a couple of weeks ago, and I've been utilizing it, and it's Chat AI. And if you haven't used or tried Chat AI, I recommend that you try it. So I'm gonna share this on the screen. I'm gonna share this screen so I can show you exactly the power of this tool. Now, you'll see on the screen that it's called Chat GPT. But what it does is you can put a question, you can ask it a question, or you can give it a command, and instantly it will write out a plan for you. It's uncanny. This tool right here is going to knock a lot of businesses. It's gonna shorten their base. The money that they have counted on about people not understanding and knowing how to write out plans and things like that. So this tool right here, Chat AI, which is the website is Chat GPT, is revolutionary. And I'll give you an example of some of the things that you can do. You can use this for. Now, just as an example, I'm going to say, please write out a write out an LLC agreement for John Doe, sole proprietor of XYZ notary services. And you see, I've just written a generic statement of please write out an LLC agreement for John Doe, the sole proprietor of XYZ notary services. And I'm just going to click enter. And you'll see that just from that basic sentence that I wrote, this website, this app is going to completely write out an LLC agreement for me. Now, with anything, you still want to write over it. You still want to read over it. You still want to proofread it. You still want to have someone to look over it to make sure that everything is in order. But as you can see, I just put a generic sentence in there of please write out an LLC agreement for John Doe, sole proprietor of XYZ notary services. And as you'll see from that, just that question, this website wrote out an entire LLC agreement. Now, why this is revolutionary is because you have all these websites like LegalZoom and things like that where you go to them and basically you pay them to write these things out. So now basically you can pay someone fractions of what you would have to pay them to write out this agreement for you because you'll have the agreement written out for you. You're just going to pay a lawyer to proofread it and to go over it. Now, it's just one example of something that you can do. I'm going to show you something else that you can also do on here. I mean, you can put your resume in here. If you have a bullet style resume that you've written, you can basically copy and paste your resume into this app. And basically, if you want it to be a narrative style, you can say, please rewrite my resume in narrative style. And basically, it'll take the information that you have, and with whatever engine they're using, it will basically rewrite your resume into a narrative style resume. And on the same vein, if you have a narrative style resume and you want a bullet point style resume, you can put your resume in there, and basically it will take the information that you have written in your narrative resume and it will put it in bullet style. So I'm going to show you something else that you can do. You can say, please write out a trust agreement for John Doe. From that generic sentence that I wrote, please write out a trust agreement for John Doe. I'm going to click enter. And basically, it's going to write out an entire trust agreement for me just based off of that one sentence that I wrote in the search line. Now, like I said, the app writes out this information for you, but you still need to go back and read it to make sure that it's on point. And that's where paying a lawyer, paying someone to look over the document for you before you really utilize it. But this takes so many man hours away that you would pay someone to write this agreement out for you. And that's just on some generic information I put. If it's, you can put more detailed information if you want a trust of a trust and things of that nature. But this is just the power of this website that you can utilize. And this is African Americans. We're the last people to find out about stuff like this. But I'm not gonna say nationalities or things like that, but I have already had individuals that are hitting me up on LinkedIn that are saying that they're resume writers and things of this nature. And I already know that basically they have this tool, and what they're going to do is just going to take people's resumes and then they're going to put it into this chat AI app, and basically have people pay them money to do this. I mean, it's a good thing. It's a shortcut, but with any shortcut, like I said, you always want to go back and read over things. But I've been playing around with it. I've already had I've had a library of documents that I've constructed, that I've put up for my business. I'm I'm in the works of starting another business. Because my thing is I'm really, really on creating revenue streams. So I already have one business. I'm going to start another business. Me and one of my buddies, we're going to go in and start a business. I'm not going to really say what I'm doing, but yeah, I've been really, really utilizing this chat tool, and I really think that you should give it a chance. It's got some good qualities to it, very, very good qualities. But it's just something I want to talk about. We talked about Donald Trump, and the purpose of my website is, like I said, it's my life, and if I come across good things, I'm always gonna put it out there for us to utilize, because, like I said, we're the last people to get information about technology, and this piece of technology right here is revolutionary. So if you don't know about Chat AI or Chat GPT, the website is https colon black / chat .openai.com. If you go there, you'll have to create at first, when I first started utilizing it, you could use it without creating a profile. But in the last couple of weeks, they've done some updates, and now you have to create a profile to be able to utilize it. But once you create your profile, you have a profile, and this isn't my regular account, but on my regular account, I have on the side, on the left hand side, where you see new question or new chat. Basically, the information that you've put in here, it'll be cataloged on this side. So it it saves the information that you've done into a depository. But what I've been doing is, once Chat AI types out whatever question I've put in, I've been taking that information and copy and pasting it into a Word document, and basically cataloging all the stuff and putting it up. So something that you can really, really utilize. Uh, it's good to have more than one resume, so you can have more than one style of resume, um, things of that nature. So it's just something that I wanted to pass along to you all, that I came across. One of my buddies hit me to, and I've been utilizing it for a couple of weeks. I was going to say something about it a couple of weeks ago, but I wanted to get in and utilize it and use it a little bit to see what the capabilities were before I came over here and talked to y'all about it. But yeah, something you should really check out. Chat AI, and the website Chat GPT. But now we're gonna get to tonight's topic. And tonight's topic was, I mean, most of all my topics, they come from just general conversations that I have with my buddies when we're out at the bar or at the cigar lounge or things of that nature. Like Thursday nights are usually my cigar nights, but I'm here with you all. And tonight's discussion I came up with was wifey material, wifey material versus marriage material. And what I said was, is there a difference? Is there a difference between wifey material and marriage material? And when I'm speaking on this, I'm speaking on terms of women that are single. And I was having discussions. I've had discussions with a couple of people. So I don't never have, when I have these discussions, I don't never have one person that I talk to. I'll talk to several different people so I can get different viewpoints. different talking points, and things of that nature. And one of my buddies, he looked at wifey material as a person that's already doing something. And I had to explain to him that in the layman's or present day terms of wifey is I looked at wifeys as women who can be trophies for a situation. And what I mean by women that are trophies for a situation is most of these women that are wifey materials, the real pretty chicks. Um, and they look at wifey as an arm piece, as a man's arm piece, is the person you're going to be walking with, and the person that you're going to go out with, and people are going to see you with as wifey material. And my thing was when I was younger, those are some of the, but as I've grown older, I've grown where I look for more capacity, what a person has inside of them as opposed to what they look like on the outside. Because a person's attitude can make them beautiful, and a person's attitude can make them ugly. I've seen some very, very pretty women, but their attitudes and their demeanors took away from their beauty and really made them an ugly person. And I've seen some women that, most people would say weren't a dime piece or whatever. They were, attractive in their own ways, but the way they carried themselves and the way they interacted with different people. I look at things like that, how a person interacts with people. Because if you're looking down on your nose at somebody, you will look down on your nose at me. So I'm a people watcher. And if I'm interested in someone, I pay attention to them. And on the converse of wifey, we talked about marriage material. And to me, marriage material is a woman that no matter what the situation, she's still gonna perform those types of those types of duties. I would say that a marriage material woman would be more as a down chick, a woman that's really down for you, not down for a situation, because a down chick can be down for a guy that really has nothing. He's trying to obtain something. Whereas wifeys won't be wifey for a guy that's growing. Wifeys they exude that stuff for situations. And one of my friends disagreed, and he said that basically they were one and the same. A wifey was the same thing as marriage material, and I disagreed. But my thing is in my younger days, I probably looked for a wifey because I wasn't looking for a woman to marry. I was looking for someone that was going to look good when I went out. But as I've grown older, you want someone that's going to be down for you, because situations change on a daily basis. You could be up one day, you could be down the next. And if a woman's going to be down for you when the times aren't good, that's a good woman. But that's kind of hard to find in the Western world. It's kind of hard to find in the United States. You can find it. It's kind of hard. A lot of brothers have given up looking. And I hear examples all the time. I mean, I go through examples every day. So I went to last night. I went to an establishment. I'm going to talk about them a little later. It's the black company. It's the black owned company that I'm going to highlight today. But I went to this place last night, and I went for a poetry night. It was really nice. It was really, really nice. If y'all haven't checked, I posted some of the videos. I posted some shorts last night. I got a couple videos that I'm going to post that I recorded in their entirety because I knew that they were going to be good. And wait till you see the two ladies' poems that I haven't posted yet. But if you haven't had a chance, go check out my shorts from last night. I posted like 6 or 7 videos of women performing. You're really enjoying it. You really enjoy them. It was their way to end Women's Empowerment Month. So basically, it was a lot of powerful poems that were We talked about it. It was really, really nice. But back to what I was talking about. So I was there, and me and one of my homeboys was having a drink. We were in the back. We were still listening to the poetry, but we were in the back. And there was this one. There was one lady. She was really, really nice looking. She was about. She was about 6'1". She didn't have heels on. She was about 6'1". She was really, really nice looking, and she kept staring at me. I mean, wherever I would walk, she would stare at me. I walk this way, she stared at me. I walk this way, she stared at me. I go over here and sit down, she stares at me. We're looking at each other. We're making eye contact for about 15 minutes. And I told my friend, I was like, man, I'm not gonna say nothing to her because I know when I go say something to her, she's gonna play some old cornball, some corny stuff that women do. He was like, nah, man. He's like, man, she's been looking at you for 15 minutes, man. He's like, man, he's like, I'm tripping. He's like, wherever you walk, she looks, she turn around, she's staring at you. So I walk over to speak to this woman. TMI, what's going on? Shout out to TMI Santiago. If you haven't checked his page out, go check him out. He's a traveler, travels back and forth to the Dominican Republic, lives in upstate New York. Go check his page out. Got a whole lot of information that you really, really enjoy. Good videos about what to do when you go to the Dominican Republic and just everyday life. But yeah, back to what I was talking about. Back to the scheduled program. But yeah, shout out to TMI. Hit him up on the Cash App. $ TMI 950. What's going on, Weekend Gardener? What's going on with you, brother? But so yeah, I approached this woman. I say, hi, how are you doing? My name's Aaron. How you doing tonight? Tells me her name. Next thing after she tells me her name, I got a boyfriend. It's like, you got a boyfriend? It's like, okay. It's like, nice to meet you. Turned around. My friend was standing right there. I went over. I said, I told you exactly what she was going to do. He's like, what? I said, as soon as I said something to her, she said, I got a boyfriend. And then I was talking kind of loud, but I wanted her to hear what I said. And basically, I said, that's why I don't approach Black women. I said, that's why I don't approach. And I put my thumb back. I said, that right there is exactly why I don't approach Black women. I don't approach no women, really, but Black women. Because this lady stared at me for 15 minutes. I'm talking about not just, if somebody's staring at you. So, I mean, everywhere I went, this lady staring. You go to speak to her, I got a boyfriend. I'm like, man, why? You got a boyfriend. Why are you here by yourself at the bar? For one, you got a boyfriend. Why are you at the bar? You go sit in the front. You could go sit up where the artists are, but you're not. You're sitting in the back at the bar by yourself. You're inviting men to come. I mean, is it an ego thing? Is it an ego thing with women? I just want men to come up to y'all and you want that satisfaction that you still got it, or men still approach. It's kind of crass. Because it's like bait and switch. Because you get a kick out of a man coming to speak to you, but you get even a bigger kick out of rejecting that man. And that's terrible. Men do not do that. Men don't do that. We will appease a woman's ego if she comes up to us, even if we're not going to entertain her. There's a tactfulness about doing things, of not trying to put somebody on the spot. You may not want to talk to her. You may not even be attracted to her, but it's just about making that woman feel, not making somebody feel bad when they walk away. And I feel like a lot of Black women, they get a kick out of rejecting the man and then looking around at the women like I told you. It's unfathomable. I don't understand. Your Weekend Gardener, man, it's ridiculous, man. It happens so much, man. But yeah, that's one of the main reasons why I don't approach women. But back to the topic: wifey material versus marriage material. Does a man want to wife? Is it an age thing? Is it an age thing with men? And as we grow older, that changes. or do some men continue to look for wifeys in their older age? Because I'm talking from a perspective of a man being 50. I'm 50 years old. So that's the perspective that I'm coming from. And even though, yeah, I do date women that are around my age. I tend to date younger women in their late 30s or 35 and above. Because one thing, I have a sister. I have a sister that's 31. And I don't think I could date someone that was my sister's age or even below my sister's age. So I kind of try to stay like in 35 to 42, 40, you know. It really depends on if a woman's in shape. I like thicker women. Don't get me wrong. I like thicker women. But I like women that are in shape. Can't be sloppy. I've always liked thick women. I don't know what that's about, but I guess it's because I'm a skinny dude. But yeah, wifey material or marriage material. You could what? What is it you could do? You're a weekend gardener. Yeah, man. I know many brothers who have come to me and say, man, yeah, it happens to me all the time. It happens to me all the time. But I told my friend, I said, I'm not gonna speak to them. He's like, nah, man. He was like, you gotta speak to her. He's like, man, she's staring you down. He's like, man, y'all done looked each other in the eye 4 or 5 times. I said, yeah. But I said, I'm telling you what she's gonna do. He said, man, go ahead and say something. And I went and said something. Yeah. Uh, but the thing about me is it's not embarrassing because life is built on being able to get rejected and recalibrate. Get rejected and recalibrate. TMI, man, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. Yeah. I mean, yeah, young women, because a lot of the older women, man, they looking for something that they haven't had, or yeah, I don't know. God, what's going on, brother? How you doing tonight? But that's really where that's how I feel about that. I think as we get older, it changes. It changes, but you still got some 50-year-old guys that's out there looking for Instagram models and wifeys and things like that. But them dudes end up broke. I think I think men in our younger years, we look for things that are superficial. And there's outliers. And when I'm talking on the bell curve. I'm talking on a bell curve. So you're gonna have outliers. You're gonna have men that always like wifeys, and you're gonna have men that they have always liked marriage material women. And most men are gonna be in the middle. So when I'm speaking in terms of a bell curve. So I think that early on in men's lives, they look for superficial things. And as we get older, the superficial things kind of fade somewhat. I wouldn't say that they fade to black, but they fade somewhat, and you look for more substance. Miss 702. I know Miss 702 is gonna have some good commentary for me. Now for Miss 702 is not for the streets. We know Miss 702 is not for the streets. She's a regal woman. She's a regal woman. And she understands the conversations that I've had with Miss 702 is she understands, but she's a woman that was raised around strong men. It's something to say about a woman that was raised by a dad. That is the perfect that's perfect woman for a man. Perfect woman for a man. But there's gonna be outliers. There are some women that were raised by mothers, and maybe because of that, they understand that yeah, there's a man that's needed in the house, and it can go that way. So I'm not speaking in matters of fact. There's always shades of gray. So I never speak in absolutes. I'm speaking in, generic terms. Yeah, you gotta like what you like. What's going on, Wallyverse Media? If you all haven't checked out Wallyverse Media, go check him out. I don't know if his lives are daily, but I know he goes on lives a lot during the day, lots of times when I'm working. But yeah, you got to go check out Wally. He's got good financial information. He'll get you on point, really engaging. If you got questions for him while you're in the chat, he'll answer your questions. He may even invite you on the panel to ask, to answer some questions. But yeah, that's how I really feel. As I've gotten old, I mean, there was a time I wouldn't look at a woman that, people say is a 6.5 or a 6.0. There's a time I wouldn't even look at a woman like that. But now I look at how women carry themselves. Like I said, I'm a people watcher. So I look at how people interact with each other. You don't want someone, I couldn't be with someone that looks down their nose on people. It's just not something that I do. But y'all more than welcome. I'm more than welcome somebody come up here and join me and debate me or agree with me or disagree with me about some of the things I'm saying. But and when I'm speaking about women, but men are. I'm not saying that men aren't culpable in this, because some women, because of, but that comes to choices as well. Some women, because of what they've gone through in their lives, they're kind of withdrawn when it comes to certain types of men. Some women are just, it's life. It's like we was having a conversation the other day where basically we said that 80% of all the children that are born are created by 20% of the men. And I understand that because I have a buddy that I know, and we got to talking about children today. Come to find out, my buddy has 11 children. 11. My buddy has 11 children. He's been married a couple times. He's had some children out of wedlock and things of that nature. But he's a young dude, and he's got 11 children. 11. And then I got another buddy that I went to high school with. He may even have more children now, but I got a buddy that I went to high school with. He has 13 children. My buddy has 11. I got a buddy here in Cincinnati that I know. He has 11 children, and I got a buddy in Louisville that has 13 children. What you think about that, G?
What's up, brother?
What you think about that, man, that 80% of all children come from 20% of the men?
Man, I see you've been watching that Kevin Samuels, man.
Man,
I think it's
that's
I
my
think it's
fraternity
true.
brother, man. You know I'm gonna watch him, man.
I think it's true to a certain extent, man. Females they pick that uh, certain type of dude, and a lot of
And
times not the right dude. You know.
but okay, I understand that. So when they do that, why they keep making the same mistake?
Hey, man, I look at it like this, man.
I mean,
Women
that's
are,
that's insanity to keep on making the same mistakes over and over.
yeah, but I'm not taking up for women, but they got to live their life, and that's how it's always been throughout history. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I think, I'm not gonna, I ain't no woman basher or nothing like that, like a lot of dudes are. But hey, man, since the beginning of history, that's what women do.
I mean,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, and I'm not, and these discussions that we have is to make relationships better. I don't rag, I don't put women down. The things that I'm talking from, we're talking from experience, and we're talking from things that we see. So the things that we
right.
talk about, we're not trying to put women down. We're just trying to make male and
No,
female
no, don't get me wrong. I wasn't trying to say that, that's what you were doing, but I'm just, just talking and stating facts, man. Um,
I'm with you.
that's just how I look at it, man. Because look, I'm an old guy, right? I've been around a long time, so I've seen a lot of things, and that's what I saw. Me personally, No, I'm not even gonna say that
Well,
because
tell me
I
this guy. Tell me this guy. Did you look for wifey material when you were younger or marriage material? And did that change as you got older?
honestly I look for substance. You know what I'm saying? But me being young and a horny man, I took, I mess with freaks.
Yeah,
But
well, I
if
mean, yeah, man.
huh?
So was what you consider substance different?
No, a substance is a female is like a ride or die female, like a
Right.
female that I could get along with, that I could have fun with. You know what I'm saying? Um, I always look for that. All men look for that, but a lot of men like to play too. So, um, but that's the goal. Just like women say they got to kiss a lot of frogs to get their prince, we got to do the same thing. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. Hey, Miss
And
702, your uncles, your grandpa, your father, they're all good men. My birthday's next Saturday, so Aries in the house. Aries in the house.
hey, look here, man. I see you shining though.
Hey, man,
I
it's my
like that background.
it's my birthday month, man. And then you know me, I had to. People kept telling me that I needed to be true to myself when I'm on these lives about how I usually dress. So I'm
No, this is you. As long as I know you, that's you right there. If they don't know,
so
they just don't know.
I'm about to start doing that. I'm about to start doing that. I'm gonna start representing. But Miss
You always dress like that.
702, what do you think about what Guy just said? I wish he would come on here, but she might if once she comes on the live, she starts getting the dropsies.
I think I think women they always, they choose 20%. But the problem is they will sit up and have babies by those men. You know what I'm saying? That's when their life goes awry.
Hey man,
That's when stuff happens. You
I can name countless professional athletes that yeah, they go ham when it comes to women and babies, man. Yeah.
you know man how you know how many broke friends I had that could pull women like it ain't nothing. Broke.
What is it
Pulling
about
some fine women.
what is it about broke men and broke women having the ability to always be in relationships?
But they got something in common.
Hey man.
No, but hey, some of the dudes I know, they could pull women that got money too.
Yeah,
You,
yeah.
you, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like I said before. It's just these females just be having babies by these men, and um, and then it starts a life of frustration and um, the back and forth, and then it's the beginning of the end of a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because they weren't compatible from the start.
Okay, so would you seriously date a woman that had two children?
I've done it.
Would
I've
you
done it. I dated this female that had 3 kids, and
okay.
I dated her for probably about 6 years. But I I knew I wasn't going to marry her, and people ask why. It's all in circumstances, all in what you're going through at the moment. You know what I mean? It's hard to explain. It's not like I be looking for that type of thing. It just happened. I was going through certain things at a time. At that time, I was like 30 something years old, and shoot, 6 years later, that girl hated me. You know what I'm saying?
But because what it was she thought you was gonna fill that gap, and you was like,
Right.
I like you, but I don't like you enough to. That's a lot of responsibility.
What it was what happens is, of course, I have good intentions in the beginning,
The
but
intentions always start out good.
right, but then as the years go by and you're way past the honeymoon stage, you there's certain things about a female or certain things that you just can't deal with.
Man, one of
Go
my
ahead,
not to cut you off,
go ahead,
in
brother.
the vein of what you're saying, one of my buddies said something, and it kind of made sense it made sense to me what he was saying. He said that if you like a woman and you want to marry her, you should marry her before you move in with her, because then you cut out the you have to be responsible. Whereas when you live with someone, some of those responsibilities you shirk. That's why you don't. That's why you shack up, so you can be comfortable, but not in that really committed relationship. And what he said was he's got he's got two daughters. He said that he wished his daughters had seen his, even though he's been there their whole lives, he's been there, but him and his children's mother, they aren't married.
They aren't married.
And he says that when he had his second daughter, he wished he would have married her, because he said he does everything that he's supposed to do, but there are things that, because they're not married, he doesn't feel like it's his responsibility. But but you know what I'm saying? Basically, he was saying that he wished he would have just taken all the doubt of it and just married, because they was going to be together. They had two children. He was always going to be in her life. But now he's to the point where he's like, I don't know if I want to get married now, because I didn't live with her.
But see, that's the thing. No, but I'm telling you, there's something about that woman. I mean, come on now, you gotta be honest now. I mean, there's something about that woman that he ain't take that next move. It is. The female I was messing with, man, she she ain't want to get no damn job. She always got a job for a little while, quit the job, la la la. I'm in that house. I boosted that household. You know what I'm saying? We did trips. I paid money. We go to the beach. I'm getting hotel rooms and we traveling and man, I'm doing everything, man. And with
See,
3 kids, that shit is expensive.
man, you don't have to tell me.
And sometimes I look at it, I be like, so I just spent about 2 G's, and I look at it, I'm like, hey, you got a couple of hundred. And I started getting some, feeling some animosity because I didn't like how she rolled. You know what I mean? I didn't like that aspect about her.
But is there something that just came about, or did you know that from the beginning? And was it something that, because when people are in a relationship, you look over a lot of the stuff that annoys you until it gets to a point where it annoys you. Because if you like somebody, you'll look over some of the bad things that they do.
That's true. And
But
she had a job when I met her. She worked at the Giant, right? And then I started dating her, and then I moved in. Um, I had an apartment. You know what I'm saying? But I moved in with her, and I kind of like sublet my apartment. You know what I'm saying?
yep. The reason she hated you, the reason she hated you is because you changed her life, and then you didn't want to. She knew you changed her life, and then you didn't want to commit to.
That is true. Because I started pulling away from her. After the years, I started pulling away.
Yeah.
And she started noticing that. Then she got brand new, because see what happens is these females be having kids when they're young. When they get older, so when they young, they didn't get a chance to party. They didn't get a chance to have fun like me when I was in my 20s. So by the time they get like 35, 40 and the kids are getting older, guess what they want to do?
They want to go out and have fun. But
They
see,
want to go out and play.
they want to do that because Now they got you, or the children are old enough where she don't have to watch them now. So
Now she want to go to the club. Now she want to do this, do that. I'm like, hey, I understand. You didn't get a chance to do it when you were younger. Me, I partied all the time. So that was another point of separation right there.
I just had a conversation with the weekend gardener. It's the same thing. What you just said was the same thing that he said.
You know what I'm saying? I partied, and I'm not the type. Look here, man. I ain't the type to go to no club with my girlfriend. I'm not that dude. You
Yeah,
know
I'm
what
not
I'm
that. I'm not that. I'm go. You go have your fun. I'm not that dude either.
saying?
That's inviting too much drama.
Exactly, because every time we went out, because she was thick, right?
Yeah.
So it's not that I never went to a lounge or you know how they have these lounges and they got like a live band or
Mm-hmm.
you chilling. You know, next thing you know, drama can happen because some dude is going to try to step to your girl. Like if you roll out, I'm at the bar.
You go to the
I'm
bathroom. You go to the bathroom. You come back. It's a dude standing next to you.
it always happens,
Yeah.
especially if you got a girl that's thick. That's kind of fine. You know what I mean? And thick with it. So it just happens. So then I get there and it just sometimes it don't. I
Yeah,
just
man.
don't
Then they see some. They see this big 6'8", this big 6'8" giant walking back.
like.
They said,
then I gotta chump somebody up. You
"Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah, man, and yeah, you ain't come. Yeah, you ain't no little. Yeah, 6'8" dude come. Yeah, man. That's You saw me get up, go to the bathroom.
Man, dudes don't care. So hey, so I'm not that type of dude. And hey, go out, get dressed, wear that, whatever you gonna wear. Hey,
Just
I'll holler.
yeah. When you come home, I'll be ready. When you come home tipsy, I'll be ready. Yeah, but you go out with your girls and have fun.
When she started going out, man, that was at the end.
Yeah, but
That was
going
at the
out,
end.
but then don't come home one night after going out. Then you know it's really time for it to end.
No, it ain't get to that point. I'm just saying with me personally,
Yeah,
because I I'd have packed my stuff up and rolled out.
that's the
I
same
was
thing.
already ready to go
Same
anyway.
thing. That's the same thing. Your weekend garden, man. Exactly what you said is word for word what he said in our conversation we had Monday.
You got to be on the same page, man. You got to be on the same page with your female, man.
That's hard.
From start, from the start, you got
That's
to be on
hard
the same
because
page.
in order for you to be on the same page with a female, she got to be on your page.
Yes, that's it. That's a better way to put it.
It's not the
I
same
agree.
page. She got to be on my page
Right.
because if she's not on my page, then I got a roommate. I don't want a roommate.
That's right. That's right. You
And
know.
and that's not to say that a man can't be on a woman's page, but I'm not that guy, and I'm not in this position where I have to be that guy. A dude, yeah, I mean, a man that has to be on the page on the woman's page, he ain't prepared anyway.
That's right. I mean, I'm traditional, man. I'm kind of like a traditional kind of guy. I grew up with my father in the house, my father and my mother, and that makes a difference. And I'm gonna tell you a real quick story. My first girlfriend that I met, she went to Virginia Commonwealth, right?
Okay,
And I met her in Chicago's this club in D.C., right? And she had her mother and her father, and they was from South Carolina, right? So they had certain values, right? And she told me, you know, we talked about it. Me and her talked about it. But way back then, I was 19, 20 years old, and we talked about that. And she was like, she said, if I meet a man, right, she one of the things she want to know is was did he come from a two-parent household?
Mm-hmm.
That's what she said. Um, and then I met her mother, and her mother was like, you know, uh, they had those values. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, she liked me, so she was like, well, the female's supposed to be the one that, uh, uh, what's the word she said? Bring up the entertainment, like where we go and what the things we do and stuff like that. She said the woman is supposed to do that. You know what I mean? And what she used to do was she used to plan every time I used to go up to VCU every weekend. She used to plan our weekend out, and she had this big book of coupons for a whole bunch of restaurants. So I was a foodie back when I was 19 because she had this big thick book, a coupon book for all the restaurants in like Richmond, Virginia, and the whole surrounding area. And we used to go to all these different restaurants and stuff. And so I was a foodie back then, trying all this, all this different food back then. But she would plan like the events. Let's go to a play. Let's go to a show. Let's go here. Let's go to a picnic. And she planned the entertainment. You know what I mean? And I let her do it because all the things that we did, you know, we had something in common. I liked all the things that she planned for. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. When you got the same when you got the same likenesses, it's easy to let somebody plan for you. It
Right.
where that comes into is when somebody wants you to do things that's just not like come on now.
Right.
But you don't want to be a type of man that's going to take over, because even though you want a woman to follow the things that you like, you can follow some of the I mean, I want to be with a woman that I like some of the things she likes to do too. I don't want it to all I don't a lot of women, they try to leave all that on the man. And I don't want all that left on me. I want you to have some input into it too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I mean, I'll just be honest. As I've gotten older, I mean, I still like thick women, but just like I said, I look if a chick is a 6.5 and she act right, I'm good. I don't need a dime piece. I had plenty of dime pieces in my life. Dime piece. Sometimes dime pieces are problems.
See, I was always different, man. I used to take it from 6 to 10. Look here, man. I know I couldn't always.
You would take the sixes, but you would go out with the tens.
Yeah, well, vice versa. It all depends, man. Some females, they could be a 6. That's average to me.
Yeah,
The
six
6 is
is six
average,
is average.
right? Um, a 6, I could be attracted to, but a lot of the personality is what pushes it over.
Sometimes a six will be more willing to let you lead.
Oh yeah, man, I ain't never had that problem, man.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
I mean, I'm not gonna say I've never had problems, but in terms of a woman letting me be a man, I've never, because if a woman's not gonna let me be a man, I get away.
it's
But
just like I said. It's just like I said. I'm sorry about that, man.
no, go
It's
ahead.
just like I said. I grew up with my father in the house.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
That meant something.
It
So
meant
I know
it meant a lot.
I know the roles. I know how to carry it. You know what I mean? It's not that I treat the female bad and this, that, the other. My father was the head of the household. He just was. He had the big when we was at dinner, he got the big piece of chicken.
He got the first plate.
He got the big piece of chicken. I got me a couple drumsticks. And that, you know what I mean?
Got a wing back.
That's just how it is.
Yeah.
He was the head of the household. And that's what I learned from. You know what I mean? So when I was first watching Kevin Samuels, I thought it was kind of harsh when I first watched them.
Hey man,
Then I started watching more and more of them. This dude was he was kicking facts.
Trav.
He was kicking a lot of facts, man. Um, so and then you got all these other people, imitators out here that's they trying to do the same thing and what he was doing, which is all well and good. But as I just listened to the guy, I was like, a lot of things he was saying was true.
99% of what he said was true.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I mean, the truth hurts.
But I think this what's happening is I think this the internet is making. Okay, I'll give you an example. When they think about brothers or black folks, right?
Okay.
A lot of people think a lot of black folks are broke, locked up, or living in the hood, right? Or this type of, that's what they think.
Yeah.
But if you look up the statistics, and we can look them up, that's only 20% of the of the whole population of brothers and sisters, right?
Yeah.
That's in that area. So I brought that up to say this internet thing it's like it's hyperbolic. It's hyperbolic. They say this stuff about modern women and this, that, the other. I understand that. I get that. There's modern women and they act a certain way. But I think it's hyperbolic the way we talk about it because I think that that's only 20% of the women that's acting like that. And there's a whole 80% that doesn't act like that. The internet just makes it,
More prevalent.
yeah, it makes it prevalent because that's what they're talking about. That's the conversation.
Right.
You know what
I
I'm
was gonna get to that. I was gonna get to that. And I was gonna say that, I don't really watch TV. I have people and things. I surf on YouTube. And one thing I've noticed in the last month I've been on YouTube is like the WWE. It's almost like stuff is like people's people are arguing with each other. It's like it's scripted. It's like we gonna get views if we gonna argue with each other. It's like the WWE now. So now you got to really pick and choose who you look to for information because it's like the WWE on YouTube now. You don't know if somebody's beefing for real or if they beefing for views
Right.
because nobody wants to. It's like you can be on here and you can talk about good things and you'll get 100. I haven't. You get 100 views, 50 views, but if you on here arguing and talking about this and talking about somebody, you get thousands of views. That's why I appreciate the people that really come and view my show and interact with me because I like having educated dialogues and education is a two-way street. It's not yelling at each other.
Man, I like what you're doing, man. Hey, you got to have, you got to have courage to do things like this, man. You
Hey
know,
man, I'd worked at the radio station. I've been on runway in front of people. This is nothing. There's nobody here. I'm just talking to people. It's just interaction. But you know what? The thing about that is we're people persons. When we were working in DC, we would go to lunch, man. We would talk to people. People would come up and talk to us. People notice you if you are an outgoing person and you're genuine.
all right.
So yeah, man.
Yeah.
But women, man, Western women. I love black. I'm speaking from a Pan Africanist point of view. I love black women, so I love black women on the diaspora. So I love African women. I like Spanish women. I like Dominican women. I like women, but you want to be with who is most like you, because that's the person that's gonna most understand you. But it's kind of hard right now. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. I mean, I get in. It's almost like I'm getting too much enjoyment out of being single. It's not. I'm not supposed to be 50 years old and enjoy being single this much.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
I
I'm
mean, I
57.
enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy it. But don't you think in our age, man, it would be more fun if you had somebody you could enjoy it with? Because I ain't ready. Man, I'm not going to be taking all these women that I take out on dates on no trip.
Aaron, AC. Look here. I had a girlfriend from the age of 19. Always had a girlfriend from the age of 19 all the way up to
Always.
46, 47. It's just these last few years I haven't had one.
Do
Of
you
course,
enjoy?
it's
Do
like,
you enjoy not having? Do you enjoy not being in a relationship?
uh, I'll be honest, I haven't been in a relationship in a couple of years, and it doesn't affect me like I thought it would. Um, it's just that, you know, I just haven't been out there. You know, it started with the pandemic, and then I'm in the house, and that's like when I broke up with my last girlfriend,
My
and
man
I
Trev said
was, huh?
my man Trev said he's in the same boat as us. He loves it.
Right. It's not like I ain't got a problem with pulling no women. You know what I'm saying? Uh, it's
See,
like,
we've never had any problem pulling women, but it's about pulling the right woman, man. Now it's like, man, it's like it's. I'll be honest. I've never been married, and I'll be honest. It'll probably be hard for me to get married to somebody because the thing about it is, if I marry a woman now, I got to be sure because I'm signing up to take care of this woman when I'm gone. Because if I marry somebody, I'm gonna put them on my life insurances and all
right.
that stuff. So you want to be sure that the person you're marrying is the person that you want to take care of once you leave.
Hey,
Unless you're gonna be a shyster and don't put your wife on nothing, and then she get to the talk about the will and she ain't got
look,
hope
I'm not.
hope nobody's crashed like that. But hey, man, I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen.
I ain't looking to get married. But you know what? I could say it. I'm old enough to say this. Never say never.
Trev is
You
a
know what I
woman.
mean?
Trev, I apologize, Trev. I apologize. Trev is a woman, and she's single and she's loving it. Trev, you got to come up. Trev, you gotta come up here and we want to hear your experiences. A single woman that's loving it. You got to tell us, being a woman, what is it about being single that you love? Because we're not gonna ask your age, but if you're in out here engaging with us, you're probably somewhere close to us. Yeah, you got to come up. You got to come up here, Trev.
Yeah, we're about to give you this Kevin Samuels treatment up here.
No, 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 no. We
I'm
don't.
just playing. I'm just playing. I wouldn't do that. My name is Guy. It ain't Kevin Samuels. I
So,
agree with a lot of stuff he said, but some of the stuff he says was
but man, you sometimes you have to. You gotta. Hey, man, the delivery is what makes the person understand.
right. Yeah, I get it, but it's nuanced. All these conversations is nuanced. You can't. It's not black and white. It's a lot of gray.
Yeah, it's more gray than it is black and white because it's
That's what I'm saying. So when you say certain things, it's a lot of nuance. You don't know what these people went through.
right.
You don't you don't
Exactly.
know how they grew up and all the things that all these things that happened in their lives to shape them.
Right.
So you can't say certain things. You could play the percentages. You could do that like he did, but it's a lot of nuance because you know why I know it's a lot of nuance because it's a lot of nuance with me.
Yeah.
I
Everybody's an individual.
right there we go. That's the word. Everybody's individual, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, you can have percentages and things like that. But hold on, Mountain of Inspiration. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the shout out, Mountain of Inspiration. But I just feel that it's kind of, unless you know somebody, it's kind of hard to. It's kind of hard to know who you're dealing with. You don't know who you, unless you really put 100% faith in the person that you're dealing with is being truthful with you. You really don't know that person. You don't. People can say they do, but we have many cases where a person thought they was with somebody and then come to find out they was somebody that's completely different. And with the age of people being able to change their names and change, hey man, it's wild out here. Bud, what's going on, Bud Files? How you doing tonight? But yeah, it's don't get me wrong. I enjoy being single. I enjoy going out. I enjoy, being able to pick and choose. And that's me speaking after being in a relationship for 10 years. That, like you said, it was something, even though I loved my ex, it was just something that I knew I wasn't gonna marry her. So I had tried to break it off and she didn't let me. And I stayed, but after 2 or 3 more years, it was like this ain't fun no more. Sometimes you go apart from people. You can be with somebody, and if they're not growing at the same rate you're growing, it's kind of hard to stay with them because they may want to stay at this level where you trying to go up here. And if they're not trying to go with you, we're wasting time. And it was like, I was with somebody for 10 years. I didn't marry him, and somebody was like, hey, you wasted 10 years of your life. No, I didn't really waste 10 years of my life, because in those 10 years of being in that relationship, I learned so much about me. I learned so much about me. I learned about what I really liked, what I really needed, and what I wanted. And that being in that 10 relationship showed me what I wanted and what I didn't want in my next relationship.
Yeah, I don't look at that as a
you wasted 10 years. I didn't waste
That's some bullshit. That's not a waste of time because you lived that 10 years.
Yeah, I lived
on that 10 years.
Yeah.
You had some good and bad times during those 10 years. That's not a waste of time. That's the life.
Like, share, subscribe to my channel, like the video, share the video, subscribe to your boy. This is what we do every Thursday night. And yeah, we just sit back and have conversations. I got one of my homeboys on here with me tonight. We talk ladies. That's what we do. We talk about the ladies. We love the ladies. If we didn't love the ladies, we wouldn't be up here complaining and dissecting y'all.
That's right. I love everything about
them. Yeah. Everything. But I was raised by a woman. Yeah. My mother might be on here looking at me, so I can't really say too much crazy stuff. And then I'm not too tipsy tonight. So that was another thing. If you looked at some of my past shows, yeah, I had to stop drinking bourbon during my shows because towards the end of the shows, I was talking slow and talking crazy. So, yeah.
I noticed that the last one.
Yeah, so I
noticed you started getting a little tipsy.
Yeah, I like to mellow out. Just drink some wine. Like Miss 702 said. She said she's not for the streets. I can't be for the streets. So, yeah.
So you had to bust it down.
You don't want to jump up here with us, man? He said, being single, I enjoyed the random sex. Wow.
Who said that?
Your Weekend Gardener. It's rough. It's crazy out here, man. It's crazy out here.
You know what though, Aaron? As I got older, I don't chase it no more, man.
I don't.
I don't chase it and I don't sweat it.
I kind of reject it.
And that's how I carry it, man. You know what I mean? Because that's what make them love you more, man. I'm telling you. I stopped when I was younger, man. I stopped begging for booty when I was 28.
Man, I ain't
I
never
turned
begged.
the
I ain't never
look here. I
begged.
turned the tables on these females, man. I stopped. Every man when they was younger, they used to beg for it. Beg, you give me some coochie. You know, begging,
Come
and
on,
then
man.
get mad if they don't get it.
Everybody wasn't begging for no. Nah, man. I was reading Iceberg Slim books, man. I wasn't begging for no
Shoot,
Gucci, man.
not begging, but trying to press. What I'm saying when I say
Yeah,
beg,
yeah. I mean, yeah.
you pressing your girl for sex.
But after you read them Iceberg Slim books, man, you be a changed dude.
Oh well, I changed myself. I ain't reading no Iceberg Slim, but here's what I learned, and the point I was getting at. When I was 23, 24, boom, I try to press it, girl. Oh, you don't want to give me the Then I was like, I don't even want your booty. That's how I started carrying. I don't even want your booty, girl.
You was trying to use reverse psychology.
It was that, and the shit worked.
Yeah.
So from that point on, it was all good. You know what I mean? You gotta have a girl. I know they say it gotta be equal. I don't believe in that. Your girl gotta love you more. That's just how I feel. That's how I think.
I
Because
mean,
if she don't, it's a problem.
you got to take her up
It's
on
a
it. I
problem.
mean, I've been with women that have taken care of me like that. And I mean, I'm not married, so there was still something that wasn't there. I mean, you see, that's the thing. A woman can take care of you, but I mean, some men don't need taken care of.
Yeah.
You just need a partner. Then a partner. I need a partner in crime. I need a yeah, a friend. And that's another thing right there is now everything is instant. You meet somebody, y'all go out a couple times. That's my girlfriend. That's my boyfriend. Nah, so you got to be friends before you can even. You got to be friends first before you can even think about being a girlfriend because you got to see if you enjoy being around this person. I don't understand this microwave. We go out a couple times. I went out with a girl here. There's a bar that I go to, and I went out with a chick. I took her to the bar. I had been going to this bar. This is the first time I had went out with this girl. She told the bartender I was her boyfriend. Bartender looked at me like, damn, you sure do work fast. You just moved her. I just looked at him and smiled. The next time I went in, I was like, man, that's the first time I went out with that girl. We ain't been out since that night. He started cracking up laughing. He was like, yeah, he's like, they see something good, they gonna claim you quick. I was like, yeah, that was a little bit too quick. Like told the bartender, yeah, it's my new boyfriend. I was like, but that was a situation. But then how you carry a lot of women take how you carry yourself as a weakness because I don't know, man. A lot of women, man, they want to do they like rude dudes. They like rude boys. It's just being perfectly honest. A lot of women like rude boys. And ain't nothing wrong with that. She just wanted me to pay for the. You know what? You could be right. You could be right, Marshall. You could be right. She might have just wanted me to pay for the drinks. But I don't. Yeah, I don't. I buy drinks, but I buy drinks for women in inopportune times when they don't expect it. I don't buy like if a woman is if a woman has an expectation that I'm gonna buy a drink, I don't buy a drink. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I'm slick with my drink buying tactics. I catch them off guard. If you expect me, your expectation is to get a drink, nah, you ain't getting a drink.
Hell no. Sometimes I used to call them out too. Can you buy me a drink? Nope.
No.
Nope. You got a job?
But then there's this, hey man, I've seen some, the internet is crazy, man. I saw a video, dude went out with a girl, and they guess they went out. She said they was just going out as friends. Dude ate his food in front of her and recorded it. That's one thing I said. These little young dudes, some of these little young dudes, I was not I was in my younger days, I was not ruthless at some of these. But then that's another thing. Some of these young guys, they have a lot more expendable cash than what we had. So when we spent money on the chick, it put a dent in our pocket. These little kids now, they got money, so it ain't no thing for them to go out on. Yeah, we was working off. If you didn't have no job, you was working off allowance, and allowance was arbitrary. It could be this, it could be that. So yeah, but then I'll be honest. The first real girlfriend that I had when I was in high school, I bought her a sterling silver chain and sterling silver earrings. My mother took me out to go buy them. The next day, the chick broke up with me. I learned a valuable lesson, and I was hurt, but I learned a valuable lesson. Don't buy a chick nothing in the early stages.
Hell no. I never did that.
I hate to say it. She messed it up for y'all ladies. She messed it up for y'all. Yeah, I was real. Yeah. Sterling silver. I saved up so much money to get that. Yeah, man. I gave her this sterling silver chain and sterling silver earrings. I ain't talked to her since. No, I did see it when I was older, and I was like, yeah, you remember what you did to me, don't you? And she started laughing. But she was in a bad state of situation, so I just laughed with her too. But yeah, man. Women are, it's a puzzle. It's a puzzle that I don't think it can be solved. Do you think it can be solved?
No.
I stopped
I don't
trying.
I don't try to solve it, man. I take it for what it is.
I had a lady ask me, why I was single. She's like, why are you single? She's like, you're educated, you got a nice job. And I told her, I said, if I knew, I wouldn't be single. And I said, I stopped trying to figure it out and I just started enjoying myself.
That's simple as that, man. I'm living.
I stopped trying to figure out why I was single and just started enjoying myself. And man, I'm not gonna lie, I have so much fun.
Did you actually question that about yourself?
No, not really questioning it. I just started acting on it. Yeah, I really started. I had a passport. I had a passport. I wasn't even using it. So then I started using I started getting, I just started traveling on my own. Just going, getting up, getting out, going up. And like I said, from my last relationship, I just learned about what made me happy, what I wanted out of life. And what I understood was I'm 50 years old. I got to start. Yeah, there's no do-overs. So I got to start acting on the things that I want to do. And one of my things I want to do is I want to get to every continent.
Man, that's a
So
good one.
so it's like, I was trying to find somebody while I was working my way to get where I'm at. I was trying to find a woman that I can enjoy this stuff as I got older with. It didn't happen. Maybe it'll still happen. Maybe I'll find me a travel partner. But as far as marriage, I mean, I'm not gonna never say never, but yeah. I need a travel partner. I need somebody that likes to have fun. That just no stress. Because one thing about me is I don't deal with I don't argue. I don't argue with women for one. I don't argue with women. And I try to be as stress free as I can. It's never too late. You're right, Mountain Inspiration. It's never too late. And you want to meet that perfect person, but yeah, I'm kind of reluctant to even, kind of reluctant. But then my man Marshall said, nah, Ma, she just wanted you to pay for the drinks. Yeah. I think that's about 80% of the ladies that go out, they just want to go out and get drinks.
But see, the thing is, the 80% of the women that go out all the time are the 20%. You know what I'm saying? Of the whole. You see
So,
what I'm saying?
so me, I think that if the dynamics flip, so where the 20% of those men were making the 80% of the babies, I think that 80% that at now the 80% is not even looking at none of the 80% that was looked over when we were young. They're not even looking. They're not even looking at Western women, and that's where the problem comes in. Is that the women with the women with the failed relationships and the babies are looking for the men that are upwardly mobile that can take care of those situations. And a lot of brothers are saying that I'm not the man that's built for that.
Yeah, that's what they
And
say.
there are some brothers out here that's built for that. I mean, I've been in relationships with women that have children, and every man ain't built for that because that's like accepting response. When you're in a relationship, with a woman that has children, you're accepting that responsibility because I mean, it's a package.
And daughters, like daughters is easier, but little when they have little sons, and,
Daughters are easy. Daughters are easier.
and every female that I had that had daughters, like I messed with a couple girls that had kids, right?
Mm.
And the daughters love me, but it's always the son. You ain't my daddy.
Yeah,
You ain't my daddy.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No matter how you try to win them over, no matter how many pair of tennis shoes you buy them, no matter what you do, that little dude, well, I'm not going to say it never happens, but with me, it never happened.
Because you're the big scary dude.
Yeah, I think that was part of it. I think that was part of it, honestly.
They looking up like man, I ain't never seen nobody this big, man. Who are you?
And
But
plus, I think I was wrong in dealing with him too because I kind of treat them like how my father treated me. You know what I mean? And it wasn't, and it was. I don't. It wasn't right. I was a little standoffish. Like me and my father didn't really have a close relationship, um, and maybe that's what got in the way with how I treated those female sons. That
eh,
had a lot to do with it.
my man Marshall said most men eventually realize that there is no value or reason to get deeply involved with a woman that has young kids.
Yeah. Well,
I think that's how a lot of a lot of men think today.
I can say that's true to a certain extent, but here's what I can say. Hold on for a second. Here's what I can say. That's true to a certain extent, but I can tell you what. Here's what I can say about that. Man, I've been in a relationship and it wasn't all bad. I've been with this female. She had 3 kids, 2 daughters, and a son. And I had some great times with her and her kids. It was an experience, man. I didn't look. I was making good money, so it wasn't really a money thing or something like that. It wasn't yeah, it wasn't really a money thing, but I had some good times. I had real good times. So It's something I chose to do and something I live with. You know what I mean? I don't look back on it and say, uh, and that's black and white. There's a lot of gray
You
in
don't
that.
have children. You don't have children of your own, do you, guys?
But I don't have any kids.
Okay. Okay.
I think my little things are swimming backwards. Doing the backstroke.
Man, come on, man. Come on, guy, man. You said you think ain't no backward swimmers, man.
No,
Maybe
I think
man,
I
maybe a pullout game is immaculate, man. You just real good at pullout game, man.
no, you know what I think it is, man.
You ain't splashing the party, man.
I think it's karma, right, that I don't have kids because when I was younger, I had a couple females that had abortions, right, and a couple, you know what I mean. And I think it's karma, man. Um, because I felt bad. I felt bad about it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And then now I never had never had no kids.
Do you think you made do you think you made a mistake in getting those abortions?
Honestly, sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. I don't think about it these days, but I would say about a few years, 20 years ago, you know, I thought about that.
Hey, man.
But I ain't tripping off no kids either, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I paid for an abortion myself
yeah.
when I was younger, but I have a son, but
Oh, you do?
yeah,
I see.
my son's 25. He lives
Right.
in
I remember. Yeah, 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 yeah,
he
yeah.
lives,
You
he
do.
lives in New York with his mama.
Right. It's. I mean, sometimes I wish I would have had one. You know what I mean? Honestly and truthfully.
Man, you still man, we can make babies until we go to the grave, man. You still got time,
I'm
man. You can
telling
be
you,
that
man.
you can be that 70-year-old fly dude at the high school graduation, man.
Look here, my last couple girlfriends, man. I ain't have no pull-out game. I'm in it, and I'm in it. I ain't getting nobody pregnant. No pull-out game. They're my girlfriend. Hey, girl, I'll fall asleep right in you.
Dang.
Right
Hey,
in.
your weekend gardeners comment is just a double entendre with that one. That's deep, G. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I sleep right in them.
you was deep
I
with
hit that thing from the side and fall asleep right there. If we fall asleep, I wake up. I'm still right there. I'm still right there because we
oh
both
my
sleep.
hey, oh man, hey man, you wild. You a wild guy. You a wild guy, man.
You damn right I'm a wild dude.
He said he wake up and he's still in.
Yes.
You a wild dude.
Good night, baby. Change the seats in the morning.
I think we all done that.
Arguing about arguing about who's gonna get up and get the rag and shit. Nah. We change the seats in the morning, baby.
I ain't getting up
Good
and
night.
getting no rag. She gonna get up and get the rag.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Make that shit real hot too. I like a hot rag.
You silly as hell, man. That's what my man Marshall said. The grit will always, yeah. You're right, Marshall. I do. And when I was younger, I thought about it. I thought about it, and yeah, but I don't really think I wasn't ready to be I wasn't ready to be a father. So I regret it, but I think it would have stunted my growth for me and for her. And the one I'm still cool with the woman who did have the abortion, and we're still really cool. She's married now. She has children. So yeah.
You sure one of them ain't yours?
No. Ain't none of them mine. Nah.
Little AC.
Nah. there are no little illegitimate Maas Appeals running around here. Yeah,
Uh,
my pullout. Well, I'm for the most. Yeah, I ain't gonna say every time I had a rubber on, but yeah, when I didn't have a rubber on, I was splashing up the club.
hello.
Guess I got lucky. This ain't man. It's 11. It's 11 o'clock, man. You can. This is. They can put pornos on regular TV now. So yeah, us talking a little, talking about sex ain't gonna hurt nothing. We good.
Hell no, man. Ain't nobody gonna stop me from talking about what the hell I want to talk about. Damn it.
Your weekend gardener said you funny as hell, G man.
I say what I want to say. I do what I
Yeah,
want to
man.
do.
We had a good discussion tonight. We had really, really good. My homeboy guy jumped on here with me and helped me get these points across. But yeah, this is what I talk about. I talk about relationships. I think other than school, work, I think relationships is something that I'm an expert on. I've been in a bunch of them. Some of them will work. Some of them have been good. Some of them have not. But one thing I can say is, for the most part, I'm still cool with 90% of the females that I was been in relationships with. You always gonna have that one that, you know, she always gonna hate you no matter what. But for the most part, because I mean, most of the times when my relationships ended, they never ended because somebody cheated, or it was just something, you just grow apart. Sometimes people just change, and I've always, yeah, if I'm in a relationship, I'm in a relationship. But yeah, I mean, men need women, women need men, and people can say they don't need them, but the fact ain't gonna change that, yeah, we need each other. So I talk about these things because maybe I can help somebody else reach the point of getting married that I ain't reached yet. I probably ain't gonna get there, but maybe some young dude is gonna hear some inspiration from us old dudes, G, and they can take some from what we talked about. But yeah, if you're gonna get married, get your woman young. Get your woman when you in high school, get your high school sweetheart, or get your girl in college. Because if you don't marry your girl and your high school sweetheart, or the girl that you met in college, it's gonna be hard to meet a woman that's gonna grow with you. And that's just being honest. It's just being perfectly honest. If you
Right.
do not marry your high school sweetheart or the female that you met in college, it's gonna be hard to find somebody that's gonna grow with you. Because when you're in college, you meet women that are on a growth scale. When you get out of school, yeah, yeah.
I think it's easier that way too. Honestly,
Find a girl, yeah.
when you're young, when
The
you're really
one
young.
relationship that the one girl that I would have married at Clark, yeah, I didn't go back. So that was the end of that. I think in your lifetime you meet three women that either you marry them or you don't. I don't think you get more than three chances to meet a good woman in your life. I really don't. You meet a lot of women, but I think you get three chances to meet that really, really good woman. And you gotta take advantage of it. I don't think I took advantage. I know that there's two instances of women that I would have married that I know I was young and dumb. I'd be perfectly honest. I was young and dumb. Yeah. You always have a good one, and you look back and it's like, damn, I messed that up. You don't believe that?
What?
You believe that, G? That you believe? Do you believe that? Do you believe that you have chances to meet the right woman, and if you don't take advantage of them, they probably don't come back around?
Uh, No, not really. I think it's out there, man. I think it's out there. I'm one of these dudes, right? Here's what I do, man. I I'm always me, right? I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm always gonna be me. And what I do is I break a woman down. And what I mean by that is me while she's watching me be authentic. I break her walls down, and then I get to see her. You see what I'm saying? Because if you're an authentic kind of guy and you just talk, you ain't trying to be all this, that, cool brother, cool brother number one and shit. You know what I'm saying? If you just be yourself, that's how you break them down, man.
Hey man, I can't be nobody but myself. I'm me.
Right. But a lot of dudes don't carry it that way, and a lot of females don't carry it that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Me, I carry it that way. I can't help it. I did. Sometimes I try to be reserved and not give too much and shit, and all this,
But
that,
if
the
you,
other.
but the thing about men is, if we like somebody, I mean, men are givers. If you meet a woman you like, you give them you. That's how you make a woman feel special, by giving them love.
But see, I think women gravitate to authentic people, man. That's what I think. And
I
some don't. Some.
don't think that.
Let me backtrack that. No, there's a lot of superficial women out there. But even those superficial women, man, if they're attracted to you and they uh, and they give you time to break them down, you know what I'm saying?
That's because they. If they do that, then they chose you. Because
Right, right, right,
I'm a
right,
firm believer. I'm a firm
right.
believer that women do the choosing. You can pick a woman, but she's got to choose you.
Well, I used to think that too, but that's here's what I've been when I've been watching that red pill stuff, right? And then I had to agree with them, man. They say what they say is women control the sex, but men choose the relationship. And that's true, man. Because we're the ones who's the one that asks a woman to marry him? It's the man. Who's the one that well, I can't say initiate either. I think it goes both ways. I got to backtrack again because a lot of women chose me, and they're the ones that wanted to be in a relationship
The women that
too.
you chose, if they didn't like you, they used you.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, the women that you chose, if they would let you choose them, but they gonna if a woman like that, she's gonna be in it to get what she's gonna get, and then she's gonna be gone. But
I
if a woman chooses you, then she chose you.
see. The thing is, when you get older, you know when a woman is on you. You know it.
You think
I
you
well,
never. No, what I'm saying is, I talked about it earlier, man. I went to the club last night, man. This lady stared at me for
but you
25 minutes.
said it. You went to the club.
No,
That's
I went to no, not the club. I went to a bar. They were having a poetry night.
I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the first initial meeting. I'm talking about as y'all start, hanging out with each other and dating. You know when that woman is on you. You
Oh
know
yeah,
when she's
yeah,
like.
yeah,
I ain't talking
yeah,
about the first initial.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Uh, because who knows when you first meet a woman? Sometimes they let it show. They let it show when you first initially meet them. You know what I mean?
Right,
But some don't.
right, right.
They play games. But as say for instance, I start dating this woman, I know when she's on me. I know it. You could tell just how by the way they act. They always want to call you. They always want to talk. They always want to be around you.
Good morning, Tech.
They're happy. They're happy when y'all together.
Yeah.
You know, and you could tell you could tell those certain things, man. But I'm just the type, man. I think the woman got to love you more, man. If you love that woman more than she loves you, that I don't think that's a good
So you
recipe
don't
for a
think you
relationship.
don't think your love can be the same? It can be. You don't think the love can be. You think in every situation somebody loves the person more than the other.
It's usually the female. Not saying that I don't love her, but a woman. See, I could love a female, but I don't always want to be around her. And oh, you make me feel safe.
Okay.
No, all
Okay.
that. A
Okay.
woman, she's the one that's gonna have the more emotions, and she's just gonna love you more, man.
From a
Because
dating perspective, I agree with you. I agree with you from a dating perspective. But once you get married, men
I,
fight for love. Men fight for love because men.
okay, no. I probably would agree with you, and I kind of see it. But see that here's the thing. Here's the thing. I ain't never been married.
Right. And that's what. But
You
what
see
I'm
you
saying
see
is,
what I mean?
I'm going off of. I'm going off of.
I can see that.
I'm
I
going off of
understand what you're
percentages.
saying.
I'm going off of percentages. I'm going off of. I know, like
Well,
of
you got
of
early
all my.
relationships, right?
Now listen to me. Listen to me. Of
Yeah.
all my buddies I know that have been divorced, the only one that divorced the only man that I know that initiated divorce is your weekend gardener. All my other buddies, the woman divorced them. That's because men fight for love, unless the situation is just unattainable. But 80% of all marriages, all divorces are initiated by women.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. I heard that.
Because once a man marries a woman, he's gonna fight for love. Because a man knows if this woman leave, I mean, yeah, the man has much more to lose in a divorce than a woman does. A woman gains everything in a divorce.
Yeah, if they have kids and property and all, yeah, it could get messy, right? I understand that.
Yeah.
It's something. Honestly,
Oh
I'm
man,
I'm a
Marshall
single
said he
guy.
Marshall said he filed for his he. Well, now I know two. Now I know two men that actually filed for the divorce.
He said women are simply resource oriented. I like how we put that. I like that.
Right. Men are loyalty minded. They
Yeah,
value
I can agree with that. Yes, I could.
a woman will never fully love a man. They will fully love a situation.
I don't know if I agree with that.
If the situation changes, they be out. Some women. If a situation goes from good to bad, yeah, a lot of women gonna be out. Because 80% women file to divorce 80% of divorces, and 60% of those 80% are dictated because of financial reasons.
All right, that's the stats, and
Damn.
I can't refute it. But you know, he's the guy is the one that's making these comments. That's red pill. That's red pill thinking. And just like I said, it's nuanced. Hey, I know when a female is on me. That's all I can say. I know it.
Oh, I mean,
You know.
we all know it. You know if a woman is digging you. You know if a
But
woman is
he said a woman could never truly love a man. That's a comment he said.
yeah,
I actually read it instead of just talking to you. I'm starting to read the comments.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I I get what he's saying, and I can see that for some women, but you know, I couldn't be in a relationship if my woman is not on me. I just can't.
I don't think any man could.
That'd be like dating a dude. I
Damn,
mean, come on, man.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Yeah, well, no, what I'm saying is you don't want a male acting female. You know
No,
what I'm
no, no,
saying?
no. See, and I'm gonna be
That's what
honest.
I'm saying.
I don't really like bringing that up because I mean, it's a given that no man wants a masculine woman. So I don't. That's a to me that's a weak talking point because no man wants it. There's no reason to even really discuss that because no man wants a masculine woman.
And that's true.
So I don't even that doesn't even come into the equation of my conversations because that's a given. There's no reason to even discuss masculine women because masculine and woman don't even go together. Masculine woman. That's an oxymoron. I like feminine women because that's
Yeah.
women are feminine. It's just my thinking.
I think some women can have both sides.
I mean, we
Right?
come from a man. I mean,
See,
you can have both sides, but I mean, I came from my
but
mama, and
right.
there are some things are some feminine aspects to things that I do, but I don't think I come across as
What
feminine.
I'm saying is women it could be they could have two sides to them. They could be masculine in certain ways, and they're feminine too. But see, the thing is, just as long as
I want a feminine woman. I want
no,
solid.
you want a feminine woman. Me too. Every man does. I agree with you. I agree with you. But what I'm saying is, their masculine ways is nowhere near my masculinity.
Oh no,
You
we're
know
no. I mean,
you
yeah,
get what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying?
they don't have testosterone, so it can't be. I mean, a woman a, a woman that acts like a man, it's an act because they don't have testosterone. It's an act. It's not natural because they can't be. They don't have testosterone, so it's an act. It's just my belief. I think that you can have feminine and masculine qualities, but you're still masculine and you're still feminine. If you act masculine, then I mean, or maybe you was, or maybe is it biology or is it physiology or is it biology or is it upbringing? That's I think it gets to that. Is it biology or is it upbringing? Is it what you're born or is it the environment?
Look, a
Or is it both?
female. What I mean by masculine, when they bring out that masculine side, that 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 means they step to me. You know what I'm saying? That's what females do. They'll step to you.
Would you say that you have stopped approaching women?
Who me?
Yeah.
I haven't been in a relationship in a long time, man. So I mean, my game is I don't do date naps. I don't do none of that. I'm still old school with it, and I'll step to the woman, man. Um, in a store, in a if it's the right situation, and I see something, because sometimes the attraction is so much that I have to,
Yeah,
because then I
sometimes
start to think,
you have to say something, even if you get rejected. Like I had to say
right,
something
you
to her.
just have to, because you gonna think in your mind, I missed out. How come I didn't take that opportunity?
Yeah.
Because she's so fine, and I like this aura about her. You know what I mean? But I don't do date naps. I never did. I'm not gonna even say I won't even try it, but I just think I don't know. I just never did that, man. I stepped to him, man. I'm old school with it, man.
Marshall, you got some. Hey, Marshall, man, you got some. You talking some good stuff, man. You talking some good stuff, Marshall. A lot of stuff you talking. I agree with you, man.
I know. I agree with a lot of stuff he's saying.
Yeah, I like man.
A lot of this stuff is true.
Yeah, but what's okay? So we as men, we as men, we get rejected by women. Are we insane for continuously going after women, or is that just nature?
No,
Is that
hell no.
nature?
That's just a game, man. We got to talk to 10 just to get two.
Right.
We got to talk to 20 just to get. I mean, it depends on how good your game is, and then when you get them, you got to keep it going.
So is
And
it
so
game? Is it game or is it charisma?
it's it's charisma and a little bit of game. What I mean by game is
No, I'm with you.
saying just having your words together. You know, just
Being able to have a conversation with a woman.
yeah, have a conversation and being confident with
Some
it.
dudes don't know how to talk. Some dudes don't know how to talk to a woman.
No, they don't.
I've seen it. Fumble the bag.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Shit, when I was younger, I
I
used
didn't
to.
fumble. I didn't. I've talked to a woman and been so pretty. I didn't know what to say. I was tongue twisted.
Happened to
Every man's been in them. I've been in, man. Sometimes a woman's beauty is just unescapable. You have to say something. But a lot of men don't have the confidence to be able to do that. To just walk up to a woman and just say something.
I mean, that's the way we used to do it, man. That's how we carried it. That was used to be the only way, really. Um, but it's a new day. So
Right. Your weekend gardener, you absolutely right. We are hunters.
yeah,
Sometimes you go hunt, sometimes you go fishing, you catch a whole bunch of fish. Sometimes you don't catch nothing. It's just the way of life.
you bringing home bait.
Bringing home night crawlers and they just white because they just been sitting in the water all day. But yeah, man, I mean, we love women. We're gonna complain, but we gonna complain, but we still love y'all. I mean, we gonna complain, we gonna talk, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. Still gonna, I mean, might not be an American black woman I get, but I'm gonna get a woman.
I'm
And
gonna leave you with this. I'm gonna leave my young dudes with this because I'm about to get out of here, man. I love talking to you, brother.
yeah, we
It's
about
good
to
to
get
hear
out.
you.
We've been on for almost 2 hours. I said it 30 minutes ago, but then we got off on something else. But that's cool. That's cool.
But here, I'm gonna say this last thing, man. I learned a lot, but what I really learned when I was probably about 27 or 28, stop chasing and stop. You have to flip the tables, man. You can't be out here pressed because if you sitting up here pressing your girl for this and pressing her for sex and this, don't even beg, don't even press them for it because when you do that, she's always gonna want you because she's gonna wonder how come he don't do. It's a straight role reversal, man. Don't no, I don't chase nothing. I
Hey
don't
man,
chase no female. I don't press them. I don't. She has to show that she is on me or she likes me before I take that thing one step further.
hey man, I only have my track shoes on track meet day, man.
Don't act like you ain't never chased no women. You were 18, 19, 21 years old. Man,
Hey man,
come on, man.
I wasn't doing no chasing, man. I tell you, man, I was reading them Iceberg Slim books, man. I wasn't doing no chasing.
Yeah, iceberg slim.
I don't even, man. I ain't do, man. Yeah, I ain't
Yeah.
gonna. I'm telling you, man. When I'm gonna be honest, man. When that girl, when I bought that stuff for that girl and she dissed me the next day, man, I turned into a demon.
The thing is, man, I ain't never. I was never that pimp type, man. I knew dudes that were
No,
pimp.
I mean, I'm not saying that I was on pimping stuff, but I was just,
No, I'm just talking in general. I know you. I know you are. I know you're not like that. But I knew a lot of dudes that's like that. What they do is they get those girls that are
them girls used to see at the bus station.
they damaged or they got some emotional issue with them and they press that issue and they make them feel low and all this stuff, man. I know a lot of dudes. I knew some pimp dudes.
Yeah.
They were straight pimping. One of my best friends. Where's that dude? And I used to look at him, man, and like, you was a wild dude, man. But he was straight up pimp, man. I mean, hey, I just say that me, I don't go that way. If I see a girl like that that has that, what is that? Uh, what's a good word for it?
The street
Uh,
look,
no, not street look.
The New York Avenue look.
Insecure. They got insecure ways about them, and I mean, you can see it. It's easy. It's easy to
Yeah,
spot.
easy pickings.
Huh?
Easy pickings.
Right? They're insecure. They get with type people. Um, I ain't never been that type. I ain't never been the type to take advantage
Hey
of a
man,
drunk girl.
that's them girls you see when the lights come on for the club and they still looking around. When the lights
I ain't
come on,
never,
when the lights come on for the club to end, and they still looking around trying to. That's them, man.
or a girl. I ain't never tried to take advantage of a drunk girl. You know, I knew a lot
Oh
of
no,
dudes.
man. Yeah,
A
man.
lot of
I didn't
dudes.
have to
That's
tell
what they
dudes.
look for in the club.
I didn't have to tell dudes like, nah, man.
Like,
Leave that
nah.
dress. Nah, like, nah, man. Nah, bro.
I know a lot of my friends. You know, they looking for the drunkest girl in the club.
Hey, man. It's yeah, man. It's some yeah. When we get on
I
here,
ain't
man,
never, I was never
we
with
gonna
that.
talk about the bad aspects of men too. We ain't gonna just it's some bad
Man, there's some dudes out there, man, that was doing young shit.
yeah.
You know what I
There was
mean?
some dudes out there was squirting squirting Visine in girls' drinks at the club. Yeah, man, I've seen it all, man. Yeah, man. It's crazy.
A true hunter causes the game to come to him. Right, that's it. That's it.
You sit up the perch. I'm pick them off.
That's it. That's how. That's. I mean, that's the move.
Hey man, we coming to the end of this. It's been 2 hours. Um, I want to thank my homeboy Guy for coming on here and chopping it up with me tonight, joining this discussion with me. Shout out to Your Weekend Gardener. If you haven't checked out Your Weekend Gardener's page, go over there, check his page out. He's got good gardening techniques. If you're trying to be self-sustainable and grow your own food, go check out his page. Got a whole lot of enlightening information for you. Let me give a shout out to TMI Santiago. Like I said, that's the Sosua King. Go over and check his page out. Give you all kind of travel tips if you're traveling to Dominican Republic or you're just going out of the country. Shout out to Marshall. Marshall, man, I really enjoyed you, man. I'm gonna go check your page out after I get online, man. I'm a link with you, man, because I really enjoyed you. I thank you for joining the chat tonight and your input. You're gonna have to come on the panel next time, man. Shout out to Miss 702. That's the homegirl. She didn't get on here with me tonight. She must have had the dial-up connection tonight. But shout out to her. Shout out to Henny God. Shout out to Philly Dom. He's over there in Brazil kicking it. Go check his page out. Yeah, I just all the shout out. Shout out to Miss Drina. Go check out Drina's page. Shout out to Black Money Corp. Black Money Corp. That's my guy right there. Connects people from all over the world. Looking to connect with people from Africa, people from India, people from Bahrain. Go over there and check out Black Money Corporation. You'll be thoroughly entertained and you'll meet a good group of people over there. That's all the shout outs I got for tonight. This your boy Maas Apeal. I'll be back Monday with my homeboy, Your Weekend Gardener. We'll be doing the two areas like we do on every Monday. I'll be back here next Thursday with another show for y'all. I was going to try to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but it's Maas Apeal. I don't sit in front of this. I work from home. So yeah, once I get off work, I'm trying to hit the streets. I've been sitting in the house all day. So I'm going to be doing Mondays. It's the two Aries. That's the show with Your Weekend Gardener that we're going to do it on Mondays. And then I'm going to do my show on Thursdays. That's the schedule going forward. So I'm going to be putting promos up. Check me out. Come check me out. Share my videos. Subscribe to me. Like the videos. Even though this is my show, I'm going to give Guy the last word, and then we're going to get out of here. Man, close the show out for me, Guy.
Man, I appreciate you, brother. You always been a good friend to me. Man, I just thought I'd pop on, man, holler at you, man. Last time I had internet problems, but boom, got it together, got that fast FiOS on
Shout out to
there.
Wally, Wealth Talk Productions. I think he's on live now. Go over there, check out Wally at Wealth Talk Productions. Like I said, good financial information, good brother. He's down in Miami. He's going to give you that good information that's going to have you living in the sun and fun. From my homeboy Guy, Maas Apeal, Thursday. Have a great weekend. I'm out.